Okay, guys, and welcome back to the third and final part of the show. And we're gonna
Yeah,
take it away.
so we're gonna do this final segment called Face Turn Heel Turn. Some websites do it already. It's basically just we present a subjective statement, arguably a subjective statement or an objective statement. It really depends on what we feel like doing that day. And face turn would be if we agree with it. Heel turn would be disagreeing with it because we're wrestling fans and we should use the terminology more creatively. So on with the show. I'm gonna CM Punk's current role in the WWE is amazing, and it's gonna bring them lots and lots of money, and Vince will die a billionaire. Heel turn, as of right now, I don't know about that. Before I get lots and lots of hate mail, I just got to say I love CM Punk. I already made that clear in the top five that I mentioned before. However, the whole storyline about turning real life storylines, real life storylines into storylines which blur the distinction between reality and fantasy. Look, that worked in 2001, 2002, and the shoot promo he did that kicked off the summer of Punk was incredible. But that's because it was done the last. That's because before he did it, the last time anyone did that was Joey Styles in 2006, 2005. And the reason why it was incredible was because no one really does it often, and because Punk is also very charismatic. But they've been doing it at such an alarming rate with CM Punk in particular that it's starting to get not only stale, but I think it's detrimental to the business. If wrestling's supposed to be entertainment and like a movie every week, and arguably it is,
Mhm.
this would be the equivalent of putting in Christian Bale's rant behind the scenes of the Terminator and putting that into the movie, which has no place in the movie whatsoever. That's akin to that. That's CM Punk's rant is akin to Christian Bale, although less profane. And to CM Punk's credit, he still did it with advertising the pay per view in mind. And again, different circumstances, true, but it's almost the same if you also go about what's going on and in terms of bringing real life into fantasy. And I don't know if it's a good idea to continue doing it after at least Survivor Series. I think it'd be dangerous to continue doing shoot worked promos on people for the rest of CM Punk's career because it's just dangerous. I mean, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before, but Raw did a 2.7 rating, and granted they're up against Monday Night Football, but I also feel that they're alienating the casual audience. The people who just want to tune in and just watch what's going on. Again, these are the same people who pay tickets to watch a movie and expect to see them stay in character and not see them, blow their lid off and rant on how bad management is. So I love CM Punk, but I don't want this whole reality era thing going on for too long because I think you're going to alienate people.
Mhm.
You're going to alienate the casual audience that you do need to survive. I know a lot of internet fans are also going to be yelling at me saying that we need to cater to casual fans. Well, they're the ones who are pouring in more money than you are, who are probably streaming pay-per-views. I understand why you do it. Don't worry about it. But like people who
I don't do it. What are you talking about? I don't do illegal things.
what?
No.
But the people who who not only stream pay-per-views, but like download every episode and don't contribute to watching it every week or anything like that. So yeah, the casual fans are the ones who are actually paying for all this crap. Um, yeah, so I love CM Punk. I wish him nothing but the best. He's my favorite wrestler right now. I just don't want this whole reality thing going on for too long because you're going to damage the business in the long run.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm also going to take a heel turn on this, but not to the same extent for the same reasons that you are. I love the shoot promo also that he did, and I also agree with you that he shouldn't be doing a shoot promo every week. But at the same time, you can't just drop off out of nowhere like that. You have to keep the same heat going on where he keeps like
You want him to phase it
going
out.
after. Yeah, phase out. You have to do it gradually. That's not the reason that I'm against this. I think that they're rushing this really fast. Like with the whole Kevin Nash thing, like I understand that there are like reasons behind it. Like he's doing the movie, there was like an injury or there's some medical reason. That aside, it's happening all too fast. And I was really hoping that somehow the anonymous general manager would have some kind of role in this.
Where's that guy?
And
Or girl.
or
Or inhumane being
Or-
or
whatever.
thing.
Yeah. Maybe China. Since we're talking about a thing. Kidding. It's a joke. But that the anonymous general managers thing. That's something.
a whole thing.
That's another discussion. But I was really hoping that would have something to do with the angle that's going on. The whole Triple H CM Punk thing, I think their promos are good, but I think they could be better at the same time. They're really good for like for the internet wrestling community because you're like, oh, you're calling by like the real names, by Paul and
But
Phil
the guys who
and,
don't really follow,
and
who
stuff
care
like
about that
that.
stuff and only tune in every week
Yeah.
just to watch, just because it entertains them. When you start alienating them, and
Yeah,
then
not only that, but when you really listen to like what they're saying, they're going off on rants, and you can tell that none of what they're saying is like scripted. It's like improv, and like some of the stuff does like it's not making sense. Like why would CM Punk tell Triple H this is not between CM Punk and Triple H? This is between Phil Brooks and Paul. I understand they saying like the behind the scenes part, but like
I
you can
think-
only
I
go
think that was
so
just-
much. You can only go so much behind the scenes. You should have kept it like you like more on the
I think that was just to
character.
instigate like
basis.
oh, they're using their names.
It was to get the whole microphone cutting out and stuff like that. It was supposed to get that to happen, but I feel like it's missing something, and I'm really worried that it's just gonna be dropped off. Like the whole
And
the
CM Punk
Nexus
will be
angle
back at
was
mid card level.
incredibly.
doing
I don't
dark
think
matches.
maybe. I think what's gonna happen to him is what happened to Jericho, but Punk won't be as happy with it as Jericho was because Jericho's like, oh, whatever, you know, I've done everything. But Punk, I still think he's in that time of his career where he can really do more with what he's doing.
If anything, I want Punk to succeed in what he wanted to say, in that he wanted to change wrestling and make it interesting again.
He wants to make it cool.
I could care less if he's WWE champion again, because honestly, the titles have been so devalued, it really doesn't matter. But what I want is him to make it cool again. He deserves to be on the talk shows because he is actually a funny
He's
guy.
entertaining to listen
He's
to.
hilarious.
On like.
Did you see him at the Do the Weather?
No, I didn't see him.
God, it was so funny.
No, I didn't see him do
But,
that. I
like-
saw him on a Jimmy Kimmel thing.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel was hilarious. He deserved to be on that live.
Yeah.
He deserved to be on that live, not on a pre-taped segment. That deserved to be a live. I'm just like, I just want him to succeed. Like honestly, I would go as far as saying that maybe CM Punk's rant should have gotten like an honorable Emmy nomination, especially if WWE wants to consider themselves like episodic television. They should consider themselves getting into Emmy award categories or
Yeah.
whatever. But that's just a pipe dream. That's
But
not
what
Never
I'm
gonna
really worried about is that WWE, excuse me, they dropped the ball with Nexus.
that was terrible.
They dropped. I'm really scared. What else have they dropped the ball with recently?
Everything.
Exactly. So I'm really worried that they're going to drop it with this because this is really important, and it really does feel like they're deciding what's going to happen at right before
And
the
I-
show. Like
I
they don't
really
have a
feel like
long term
that's-
plan.
And I really feel like that's bad too, because again, that heated segment between Triple H and CM Punk, which was arguably really good.
Yeah.
It was good, but it popped a 2.7 rating, and to Vince, ratings are
Everything.
Or
That's what
almost
that's what he
everything.
lives by.
yeah. So the fact that it got a 2.7 rating must have killed him, because here's CM Punk basically basically making disparaging remarks about the business, and here it's only getting 2.7 rating. I mean that must be hurtful to Vince, but again. That's also biting Vince's ass, because he's not capturing the demographic that he has to be. He is ignoring what pro football does and what UFC does to the WWE, because he is so delusional that they're in such different businesses that he doesn't realize that it's the same people watching those things.
Yeah.
The same people watching football are some of the same people watching football are also watching WWE, but they can't choose on Monday nights.
A perfect example was I was reading the live results as they were happening on the website, and I was looking at the comment page, and they were actually talking about football game, what the current scores were,
Exactly.
as the pay-per-view was.
I'm a
was
huge
going
Conan
on.
O'Brien fan, but I'm also a huge Colbert and Daily Show fan. I have to choose every week, and lately I've been choosing Colbert and Daily Show, but that's just a conscious decision. But like that just goes to show that even though you're doing different shows, like Daily Show is arguably a political variety show, whereas Conan O'Brien is just a talk show. Oh, they're different shows, but it's the same people watching it. That 18 to 35 demographic.
Yeah.
Those demographics with like the young women,
not
and
only
the older
that,
women,
but
and the
for the past however many years that. Now, I'm not going to bash PG or anything like that, because I think that you can put on a really good show and still stay
JR
PG.
said it really well a few weeks ago on Twitter, that it was not the ratings that made the Attitude Era what it was the people involved. And arguably, again, that leads to competition, because they were in direct competition with WCW, so they had to innovate, they had to push the envelope, they had to color outside the lines in order to survive, and that's when we got the best wrestling.
Yeah. So, but
Or best characters.
for the past 4
Not
years,
wrestling.
during the PG era, they've been catering to all these little kids and stuff like that. And then in 1 minute, in one show, CM Punk does that.
You confuse the kids.
Yeah, but like it was sudden. It was just like that. Now all these kids are watching, all these 5-year-olds, and like, oh, he said something bad about Cena. I don't like him. And then the next show, when the pay-per-view comes along, you have like the older guys, like our age and older, back there, and like the kids, who go to the Raws, they're left like, what's going on right now? So he switched gears too quickly. He switched like audiences way too quickly, in my opinion. If he wanted to go back to that thing, he should have done it gradually. You can't do quick changes in something like this that's so long term. So I think he
To
did
you,
that.
TNA. Okay.
Next one.
Awesome Truth, the tag team between Miz and Truth, excuse me, isn't too awesome, and neither is the tag team division. Heel turn. I think I'm really looking forward to the tag team division. As terrible as Air Boom is of the tag team name, ignoring that, just call them Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston. I think they're doing great as a tag team, and I look forward to the future of the tag team division, especially after I've been hearing rumors of Triple H wanting to rebuild it.
Yeah. I heard one of an ROH guy from Kings of Wrestling, I believe.
The Kings of
He's
Wrestling
already been signed.
Both guys, or
Well, only one.
I know
one of them
Claudio
so
was
far.
signed.
Yeah, he was signed. The other guy
not Chris Hero.
Not yet.
Time, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I do hope the tag team division survives. I'm giving. I know Otunga and McGillicuddy has been kind of like pushed by the wayside, and arguably, who can blame them? They're kind of bland together, especially with that weird ass theme song that just doesn't fit them at all.
It wasn't Justin Gabriel's theme song for
Yeah, it
like
was.
a few weeks,
It
and
was.
now they have it on this.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we need to pick
Wrap
it
it
up
up.
a little bit. So we don't go
Mystico
into
should
fourth
stay
segment.
Sin Cara. Yes, that's it. Just Mystico. Hunico, as good as he is, I don't see him playing Sin Cara too well. I prefer Mystico as Sin Cara, and it just feels right. Mystico is Sin Cara. Let Hunico be whatever.
Yeah, I really like the angle that they're doing, but the one concern for me is that they're doing it too soon. I mean, I know that they were pressed for it because like the whole Sin Cara was out, Mystico was out for he was
They were kind of
for
forced
30
to.
days. They were forced to do it. But I think that in a perfect world, if Mystico hadn't been suspended, at least have him around for longer. So he already has a good fan basis behind him, but at least have it build more, and then have this like the whole Kane thing and the whole Undertaker thing where you had the other Undertaker, the other Kane, and all that stuff, something like that. But right now you're doing.
Even I don't know those storylines too well, just because they got a little convoluted.
Yeah, they were so long ago too. But I think this storyline is a little bit dangerous. They should be very wary of him. And again, for my opinion of the tag team division, I think I'm excited for what's to come. Right now, they're just throwing together some tag teams that they're working out pretty well. But again, like you could tell, they just like the Miz and R-Truth, they work well. But I think it was like lucky.
Some of the best tag teams arguably are the ones that are just thrown together.
Yeah.
Even though that's a Vince Russo sentiment, sometimes they do work arguably. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so we'll see how this will come. And okay, that's wrapping it up for this week, the first ever show. What's the show name again?
The Motley Experience presents SmackTalk.
SmackTalk. Awesome. Okay, I'm Aristides Marusas. This is Eric Francisco. If you're watching this straight from YouTube, please check out the Facebook page. It's just look for the Motley Experience. You'll see a list of videos on the website. Please like it, comment on it, tell me what you want us to talk about. Also, I'm on Twitter, not the Motley, because Twitter won't let me write that much. It's just Motley Experience, not EX, just X. I'll probably have it scrolling down here somewhere when I edit the video.
And follow me on Twitter too. I'm Eric the Dragon, and I'm awesome.
Yes. And I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. All right. Well, thank you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed the show. Next week, we're going to talk about the struggles of being a wrestling fan, and we have a surprise in store for all of you guys that I hope will get more viewers involved.
Dude, you can't show that on camera.
It's another thing. Not that one. That's on a different kind of website. You'd like it. All right, guys. Bye.